In our digital narrative that we have composed, we explore the different aspects of youth and the struggles faced during the transition to adulthood. We hope to do this effectively by creatively retelling the story of Kathryn Capone, a 20-year-old American student studying abroad at Griffith University on the Gold Coast. We'll relate the ideas of cosmopolitanism, competence, mobility, individualization, home, and belonging to Kathryn's current transitional changes.
Hi, my name is Kathryn Capone and I am in my second year at university. I decided to study abroad in 2009 and planned everything with my best friend and roommate Sam. Unfortunately, at the last minute, Sam backed out. It was really hard to keep moving forward on my own, but studying abroad was always something I wanted to do. So on February 14th, 2010, I said goodbye to my family and friends and took off on my flight to Australia. In my transition, I had to physically fly to the other side of the globe, which is an aspect of cosmopolitanism, as well as keep up with my relationships and roles at home, including being a daughter, a granddaughter, a sister, a friend, etc. All while trying to create new friends and relationships in Australia. I recognize this new place as my home, but it's a temporary home for 5 months, and I acknowledge the fact that I will at some point return back to my home in America. I possess competence in the fact that I am taking classes in a different culture, using my resources productively, and adapting to the new ideas and ways of life in Australia. I am willing to let this experience change my life, and I will embrace the changes this new country brings to my personality. When I came to Australia, I tried to be as friendly as I could to make it easier to make new friends and be included. Because of this, I have friends in so many different areas. I do not exclude myself to one specific group of people, and in that way, I am socially mobile. Like I've said, I'm willing to let this experience change me. I'm not stuck as the person I was when I came over, and in fact, I'm already different. I hate when people are convinced that where they come from defines them as a person, and I don't want to fall into the category of another ignorant American. I'm open to the growth I experience emotionally that will make me more wise in future experiences. The fact that I flew here on a plane for 16 hours is an example of being very physically mobile. Also, now that I am here, I travel from place to place by bus and train. I live in a suburban town at home where I don't rely so heavily on public transportation, so these are new experiences for me. I have my own car at home, which is very different than waiting for the bus and getting on the right one and getting off it at the right time. Every time I step foot outside my apartment is an adventure in itself. Through these three dimensions, I've experienced individualization to its utmost capabilities. By making my own decisions and experiencing the gains and losses of them, I've grown as an individual. I was liberated from all the traditions of home when I left America and everything in it behind. I left my family and my friends and all things familiar in America. I physically removed myself. Once I was comfortable with my role in society and the proper way to act, I now found myself confused and left out. Every time I said, "What?" I didn't realize the more polite thing to say was "pardon." After a waiter or waitress came, I was confused about whether or not I was expected to leave a tip. I definitely went through this loss of security stage. I'm not sure if this was one specific moment or not, but before I knew it, I felt comfortable here and felt like I actually belonged. I was a member of a club and I had plans for the weekend. I was confident if we were taking the bus here or there, and I felt more connected with society and the culture of Australia. During my transition to Australia, the concept of home was huge for me. If I did not feel like I belonged, I just physically and mentally found it hard to move forward because I didn't feel supported or comfortable. I was moved from a house with a family to an apartment with four other girls and was now expected to clean, cook, and shop and take up all these roles I was not used to. It was definitely a hard part of transition, but I learned to use friends as support and time management skills to juggle all of the new duties that came with the new apartment. I slowly adjusted to my new apartment and friends. I knew who I was and what was expected of me. It was with this sense of belonging when I finally felt okay. I was comfortable and could refer to my room and apartment as mine. It was at this point that I recognized the transition for all that it was and realized how I had changed and matured as a person. Not only did I recognize it, I was actually proud of myself and who I had become by overcoming all the challenges that were presented throughout my transition. These transitions all make up a journey which is far from over yet. The transition to adulthood is a period of psychological, social, economic, and biological transitions. It is a very crucial stage of human development that leaves childhood behind to take on new roles and responsibilities. These interpretations led me to understand myself better and be able to feel proud and confident in who I have become along this journey.